loud? Everybody? So welcome to our December Beaches Watch meeting. Can you believe we're about to say goodbye to 2023? Maybe some of us are going, yay! Yay! 2024. Maybe some of us are going, oh, I can't believe it's over. But it's been a great year. I think for us, we've all had our challenges, but overall, we're very, and I always say, this is first world problems that we're living in, so I'm happy to be here. My name is Maria Mark. I am the president of Beaches Watch and your host for tonight's meeting. This is probably one of my favorite meetings of the year because we really get to showcase what keeps our community going, which really contributes to the true quality of life that we all can enjoy. And these two nonprofits definitely do their, just off the charts, what they do to help our community, particularly our most vulnerable, our elderly, our homebound seniors, or people who are just homebound, you don't have to be a senior. So we're really excited to hear what has gone on with Dial-A-Ride and the Council on Beaches aging from last year, and to hear from this year's recipient, the Beaches Community Kitchen. So I will just go ahead and do my usual announcements here. We always record our video, or we always video our meetings, so please let your friends and neighbors know if they were not able to make it tonight. They can always tune in tomorrow. They can find the link on our website as well as go to our YouTube channel, which is Beaches Watch 2012. We are, our membership thrives on, our organization thrives on memberships, so please think about either joining or renewing your membership. It is $15 for individual, $20 for family, and $5 for students. We still are in our early bird phase, so if you renew now before the end of the year, you will be in a drawing for a special basket that we are actually going to host. We're going to have our social next year. We haven't had that in a few years. As we all know, COVID kind of interfered with a lot of the social things, so we're hoping to bring that back. It will be, right now we're looking at hosting it in March. The library will be closed, will not be available because of voting, so we will be hosting it somewhere here at the beaches to be determined. So go ahead and renew or join the ladies at the membership table here. We're glad to take your money tonight, or you can go online. So, recognition of elected officials. We have Carrie Chen, who is on our Neptune Beach City Council in the back. And we have Sandy Golding, who is our City of Jacksonville Beach Councilwoman, manning the video. Thank you. Anyone else that I might have overlooked? Okay. So this meeting is also considered our annual meeting. This is when we either reappoint or elect new board members. So this year we have quite a number of reappointments. Thank you very much for our board members who have decided to stay on. For our secretary, we have Lana Reineman. She is going to be reappointed and her term will expire in 2025. Thank you, Lana. She does a wonderful job as secretary. Whereas reappointing Sandy Golding, and her term will also expire in 2025. Jackie Smith has agreed to stay on. Thank you, Jackie. Her term will expire in 2025. And we are very happy and very honored to announce that Ellen Glasser has agreed to join our board. So we're very excited about adding her expertise to our organization. She's on a one-year term, she's actually completing a term of another board member who's rolling off, Joyce Freeman. And I want to thank Joyce for all of her time and dedication and being our membership chair. It's a committee of one, she's the only one. But she's done a great job with that. And then we're very happy to announce our board-appointed member, Leo Hearns. He will be our one-year appointment for now, and his term will expire next year, 2024. So, big round of applause to our board. We couldn't do any of this without them, and certainly our programs committee too. So, thank you. to be January the 10th. That's our second Wednesday of the month. Just to make a note, usually our meetings are on the first Wednesday, but since that always falls right after New Year's, we move it to the second Wednesday. And this is a very popular meeting with a lot of attendance here. We have all of our mayors from the 3 beaches to talk about the state of the beaches. We'll have Atlantic Beach Mayor Curtis Ford, Jacksonville Beach Mayor Chris Hoffman, and Neptune Beach Mayor Elaine Brown. That meeting will be here at the library and will begin at 7. That meeting typically may run a little bit longer because it's well attended and there's usually a lot of Q&A following the presentation. So probably that will run up to about 8:15, maybe 8:30 at the latest, just to let you know. So just real quickly, we kind of want to gauge how you guys are finding out about our meetings. So just with a show of hands, how did you hear about tonight's meeting? Was it through Nextdoor Neighbor? Are any of you guys familiar with the app? Facebook. Facebook? Yeah. Newsletter. Our email newsletter. Okay. The newspaper. The Beaches Leader does a great job usually in printing our news releases, so that brings a lot of people out. Just go to our website. Okay. And just word of mouth, friend, neighbor. They told you had to come, right? Well, we really appreciate all of you coming out. As I said, this is a time that we can really showcase our nonprofits and the great work that they do, and recognize the volunteers, because most of our nonprofits are like us. You are almost 100% volunteer-led, so we really appreciate that. So in the tradition of our past Give Back Awards, we will first hear from our last year's recipient, which was the Beaches Council on Aging, and we'll have a few speakers here, and I'll let them come up and they can introduce who is in the audience with their organization. But I'd like to bring up Marty Terrell, Deborah Waters, and Clyde Beaugrand. I didn't say Boulevard. So thank you. I lost my mouse. Here it is.
Good evening, I'm Marty Tyrell. I'm the treasurer with Beaches Dallaride. Deborah Waters is our treasurer, or vice president, and Clyde is one of our drivers. And we actually do a lot with... Louder. Louder. Oh, that's the first time that one's happened. Okay. We're your nonprofit at Jacksonville Beach, and what we do is we pick up seniors and people that have needs that can't drive themselves, whether they're just homebound or they have handicaps and they can't get around by themselves. They call Dallaride, tell us where they'd like to go. We take them to hospitals, we'll take them to Walmart, take them to the movies, and we just pick them up, take them where they want to go, and take them back home. At least it gives them a little sense of individual and a sense of getting out and doing things that they might not have the opportunity to do. Last year, Beaches Watch gave us a nice contribution, which we appreciate. Thank you. And what we do is, let's see, there we go. We're growing each year. We're getting bigger and better. We've gotten 2 new buses in the year of 2023. We're on slate to get another one in 24, maybe 2 if things go well. On average, we have quite a few riders, and we take them to gyms and any other place that they kind of want to go. We'll go as far down into Ponte Vedra as by the TPC. We'll take them across the bridge into Mayo if they need it. Usually we don't like to go too far out of the beaches because that's just kind of the area we like to serve. Hear that one? Do I hit that? They do ask for a donation of $5, although every ride is free. So if you really don't have the means, it's no problem. We can pick you up and take you. And a lot of people we do a lot of dialysis patients. So that's really kind of a comfort and something really nice that we can do for the community. Can't read it all the way over here. It's just the places we go, different things. It's a lot of fun. And we have one lady that we pick her up on, I guess, Friday morning, and we take her to the gym. She goes in, she works out, she swims, and she goes back. She lives at Palo Towers, and it's a great way for her to get out and be in the community and feel like she's doing good for herself. We have a bunch of different type of riders. This gentleman, he is you see a dialysis patient?
Yeah, let me talk about him.
Okay.
Joe is, I think he's in his mid to early.
Can you talk with the mic?
Speak up to the mic. Joe is originally from Puerto Rico. His mother passed away. He had some health problems, and he ended up in Jack's Beach. He's one of our dialysis patients, and this kid is so inspiring. He's got that smile on his face 100% of the time, and he goes to dialysis like all of our dialysis patients 3 days a week for, I think it's 5 hours a day, and that doesn't stop. It keeps on going. He works at Carrabba's 2 or 3 nights a week, and he's just a joy to be around. He's so inspiring. And what this whole program allows you to do is get to know a lot of the people and what their challenges are. And when you run into somebody like Joe who's got such a positive attitude, you remember not to complain about your sore back or all those little small things. So anyway, that's Joe.
Hyde's one of the drivers, so he gets a lot more interaction with the folks than I do. Oh, and Mark's here. Mark's also a driver. He's one of our big-time drivers Monday through Friday. The plan is to expand it to Saturdays in 2024 if we can do it, which will help out a whole lot as well. Thank you for the beaches. Thank you for the Beaches Watch for giving us a donation. We do have our fundraiser once a year in September or October, so everybody's invited, of course. And just Dollar Ride is really just a good kind of thing to do here at the beaches, and it's nice that our community has something like that they can continue to thrive and be independent. So if you have any questions, you can give us a call at our office. We also do we don't really have a senior center, but we're a little bit like that, so if you have somebody that needs a ramp built and needs some help, you can always call the Dollar Ride office. And if we don't have somebody directly that can help you, we can find somebody that can help you. So, but thank you again to Beaches Watch for the contribution.
Positively Jacks.
Oh, we were on Positively Jacks. Did I just take that one thing? So, got the wrong one with the computer over here.
Let the bus driver.
I know, let the bus driver do the computer. Can't do anything.
So I'm also the executive director of Pablo Towers and Pablo Hamlet, those two organizations, yes. And so we estimate that about 30% of our residents have no one. So we're talking close to 500 people with nobody. And it is so wonderful that Dollar Ride can fill in those places where family might otherwise, or friends might otherwise be able to do that. Clyde said he picked up 4 residents today and took them to their appointments. So it's really important for those people who have no one to be able to rely on the Dollar Ride organization.
Well, I think our shameless plug is not going to work, but you can always go to Positively Jacks and see it. Lori Anderson, our executive director, was on there, and they actually had given us a donation as well. So feel free to look at our website. It is Beaches Council on Aging Dollaride. Thank you.
And I did neglect to say that we'll host some questions and answers after both presentations. So if you want to know more information or have questions, we'll host that right after the last presentation. I'm just sorry the link didn't work, so okay. I can tell you, my mom loved Dollaride. I think she just got on the bus and just rode around and just talked to us. She knew all of them, and of course they all knew her. Okay, and so I'm trying to find this up. All right, and now we will bring up this year's recipient, Beaches Community Kitchen. And so we have Lisa Long, and we have Marty Brown, and
Mary Jane Brown.
Mary Jane Brown.
Mary Jane Brown.
She did say MJ, but then we wrote down her name out. Am I going through my picture? All right. Mouse control MJ will talk. Oh, there you go. Somebody decide MJ to talk.
For those of you in BCK, Lisa helps us behind the scenes, and she was amazing help for our fundraiser 10 years ago. We're still using money. So I'm going to need help too with our BCK people and with the audience, because I want to know what you think we do. Does anybody have any ideas what we do?
Speak up.
Does anybody have any ideas?
Well, I'm in the Rotary Club, so I know that they go like on a holiday and work your kitchen. So I know you make food.
Yes.
There you go.
Delicious
I haven't done
food.
that, so I don't know.
And we do, the important thing she said is holiday. We don't miss a holiday. We work every holiday, I should put it that way. And all during the quarantine, we never missed one day. And most of our people are well over 70. And we had no COVID in the kitchen or anything else. So that in itself is amazing. And we just happen to have the best volunteers in the world. We have a requirement that's unstated that everybody be passionate, and it makes such a difference. They're not coming because it's a job. They're not coming because they have to, because they did something really bad. People come and you can't keep them away. It's just the best connection, and it continues on with the people we serve. Like, we just love them, and you can't invent that. And one of the people, Pauline from the tower, she calls our food love infused. That is very true. So that's what we do, and we also do, for the food that we don't use, that we get donated, we go to as far as southern St. Johns County for a really poverty area, and we give them food, uncooked food. And that, we just do that because when something comes across our path and somebody needs something that we have, we will help them. It's the most embarrassing thing to me to say you're in the wrong zip code. I can't live with myself. And fortunately, there's a lot of people that feel the same way. We have the food. We are very careful to use every single thing. And there's not recycling where we have our kitchen. So we recycle ourselves. We take, the recycling to our home or whatever. So anyway, there's a lot of things, but I'd like some of my people to tell some of the other crazy things that we do. Like, Al, one of the things is during the hurricanes, Al stayed back on the island and went and gave ice and water to people, some of our residents that we take care of.
Before I say anything, I just want to say this little lady here has been doing this as a volunteer. I know she didn't want me to tell anybody this, but we all know that she has been doing this as a volunteer to the beaches, in the beaches area for 32 years. So we do a lot of different things. We deliver about 115 meals Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. That's the lion's share of what we do up and down the beaches. But every once in a while, somebody in the mix, either city government, county, whatever, will get in touch with Mary Jane, and there's a problem somewhere. As an example, Andy and I were recruited about 3 years ago. One of our ladies named Tiny, adorable lady, about 100 years old, that lives in Jack's Beach. If you're from here, you know who I'm talking about. That's Tiny, right there on the left. Anyways, she lives by herself, and she passed away. I'm sorry. She was 100. Okay, she was almost 100, but I think what a lot of us don't realize, even when I started volunteering for this organization, is that when you get to be close to 100, most of your immediate family is gone, your parents are gone, friends and relatives are gone, and that's why organizations like Dial a Ride and what Beaches Community Kitchen does is so vital, because I saw that firsthand, and I've seen it several times. You want to tell any more stories, or is that enough? Oh, the pacemaker story. Okay, so one of our recipients had to have her pacemaker replaced, and Vicki, one of our valued volunteers, was going to take her, but then she and her husband went out of town suddenly to the Outer Banks to go kite surfing, and I was recruited to take this lady that I didn't know really at the time down to St. Augustine to have her pacemaker replaced. This is the kind of the stuff that we get involved with just because we do more than just the kitchen. We can't do everything, but we network with just about anybody that wants to network with us, and the biggest requirement is that you love and are passionate.
I see that this big guy in the back, and he volunteers as a substitute. And one of his jobs that he got, the elite job of taking trash out. This lady lives upstairs and there's no elevator, and her legs don't work very well. So that was what she really needed. And so that's, you know, it's okay, we'll help you, because we can't hear a story and just say, well, that's nice, sorry that's happening, bye, whatever. Oh, I see your friend over here. She won't even call herself a volunteer, so I won't point straight at her. But she and I go around and deliver flowers. And we deliver flowers to not just to our people, our older people. We deliver them to daycare centers. We go to the fire station. We try to think of places other people don't go to. But yeah, it's the most wonderful thing. And it started with Tiny, the one you saw in here. Everybody loved Tiny. Probably half the people at the beach hadn't met her. But anyway, one day we had some people that were delivering before us, not from our organization, and we asked them to bring flowers. She never had flowers brought to her. And he came again, and she just had a whole house full of flowers. And she was so grateful. And some people, like husbands, might not think that's a very important job. Not to mention anybody in the room again. But anyway, they say, you know, I can see you feeding people, they need that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, their heart needs flowers, you know, but people can't receive unexpected flowers and not smile. So that's one of the things we do. We also have we help out with food for a a children's program in one of the trailer parks nearby. And, whatever we can do like that, we want to help. So anyway, I just wanted you to know that it sounds little, but we are so little, and we're in the land of the giants here at the beach, Nobody really knows about us, but the ones that do really know us. So, we've been here 30-something years, and Kevin Ward here, actually was on our board 30-something years ago. So, it's so nice. And he's volunteering now, and I didn't even twist his arm. But anyway, we would selfishly like to have our picture. We have these cute little aprons that we don't wear in the kitchen, of course, but we would like to wear those. And you come, all of you come up. If you know us, you'll love us, and you'll be signing up. Oh no, I did have one story today, coming here today. Because, it's like, what do I say, and how do I really get people to realize what it is? So today, one of the ladies that we have all fallen in love with, she's 98, lives alone, very independent. And anyway, when the delivery person went there, she didn't answer the door. So, and she doesn't want her phone on the list because, we don't want people we don't know calling us. So anyway, she looked, and then she went, as soon as she left, she called me and said, because my name's on the list, so she doesn't have phone number. And she said she didn't answer the phone, her walker is right there, but I don't see her. And so then I called her a couple times, she didn't answer, and she always answers for me. And I called a couple other friends of hers, she didn't answer, so we went over with the emergency people. They had to knock her door down, and she was in there laying on the floor. And, so her friend said, we saved her life. We saved her life because nobody's coming to visit her. After we're there, she would have been laying on the floor by herself. At 98 years old. So anyway, that's the great stuff. We do the hard stuff too. So anyway, and one of our, Andy back there, he was a chef for Ruth Chris, so you know that it's good. And our manager, it was something, the food is amazing. And also, we've just recently gotten 3 doctors, 2 cardiologists and a neurologist. So we're in the top half. Thank you all so much. It means so much to me that this group gave us something, because you guys are like, you're out there, you're researching, you're looking, what are these people really doing? You're not like the popular, let's go this group, and and all that. You just like looked into what we really are, and I'm so glad you saw us.
So, are there any questions for MJ?
I don't have any questions, but I have some wonderful things to say about Beaches Community Kitchen. Obviously, the residents at Pablo Towers and Pablo Hamlet are recipients of your graciousness.
Yeah.
And one of the things that you do in our building is when people come home from the hospital, sometimes it's just a short-term fix of food for a couple of weeks, but it's so important for them to have that nutrition when they come out of the hospital, and we're so grateful for that. And I hope there's nobody in here that is with Meals on Wheels, but this food is exceptional. It's not like the Meals on Wheels food. Thank you very much for everything you do for us.
I do have one thing to say about that. I do not cook at all.
Here's the cook. We got the cook.
We have amazing cooks.
Do you want to talk about how people can sign up for your service, or what they need to do, or just call you, is there a process?
Okay, so we have the problem that too many people want to be on, and maybe they don't need it as much as somebody. Like, so it's really hard. So it's best, I don't like it when people refer themselves, because if they're really in bad shape, somebody else is going to know about it. We've had mailmen recommend people before, but then it gets into the thing, my friend, especially if one person is receiving it, my friend wants it. And the sad thing is, it'll start in a little cluster, like, I have cancer, and I'm getting, well then everybody's like, well, you can't see cancer. I have cancer too, So, and I mean, I can't blame them because they're all old, like, I mean, well, aren't we? But anyway, everybody needs it. When you get older, you're more tired, and you don't want to go to the grocery store, you don't want to cook, and I never want to cook, and so I can understand that. But there just has to be some sort of way, and we do have people. Rosemary is our chief one who goes out and interviews. If anybody would like to do that, that would be great, because it takes like somebody who can really discern who needs it and who doesn't, because it's so hard. I can't tell them no, because the truth is. So.
Jackie?
Where do you do your cooking, and do you need food donations?
The cooks would know better than that. I think we need protein because it's really hard to get enough meat to feed that many people 3 times a week. And for the vegetarians, we don't always have meat. We have eggs and all sorts of fabulous things, and there are people that cook that are vegetarians. So make sure to balance all that out. But we do need protein more than most. But we have an amazing variety of fresh vegetables, fresh fruit. It's pretty much every day there's fresh, all of that. There's even fresh desserts. And we started taking away desserts and people want them. And they're grown up, they can, if they're 70 years old, they can decide if they want to eat it or not, So we have all from Trader Joe's and Publix gives us the desserts. But we go ahead and have it. And we have one guy, and he's educationally disabled, and he used to live with his sister, and she passed away. It's in Public Hamlet. And so he's like just so fastidious about it. I can't have that sweet, and so we're like, take it out. But anyway, it seems to work out really well, that part. But we do need protein, and everything else is pretty much working out. We have to buy a lot of stuff, the packaging and all that kind of stuff, and the seasonings and all that kind of stuff. There's a lot we have to still buy, but we get most of it donated miraculously. We prepare at Beach Kitchen right now, Beach Church Kitchen. And we actually were at Mission House for 17 years because there's a history there that we bought the building for Mission House and all that kind of stuff. So we were at Mission House for 17 years. And sweet Susan King, if you know her, she's a liver. So she said, you need to move because Mission House and us were overlapping too much. And so we moved, and I said, Susan, can we take baby steps? And Susan King, as you know, there are no baby steps. We're doing this, okay. So she's the one that got us to move out, and we got to Beach Church, and they had decided to use their kitchen for the community instead of themselves. Like the week before we got there, and we looked around the table with their people and our people, and everybody knew somebody on the board. We weren't strangers at all. So, Rosemary, she was good friends with one of the guys on the board, and another guy that had grown up. The kids were played together, through their grown-up years, and so that wasn't connected. Everybody at the table knew somebody, and so it's like, this is what we're meant to be. But we're starting to run out of room now at Beach Kitchen. So anyway, whatever happens on that. Can I answer?
Any other questions? Well, I just want to thank you. I mean, oh, I'm sorry. Say anything.
So do you need volunteers, and if so, what kind of volunteers do you need?
Well, I'm laughing because we discussed this earlier. You'll be surprised to know that we need a few strong, younger men. And maybe you're not allowed to say that, but just stronger people. We'll take stronger people. Yeah, stronger people are great because we carry heavy boxes. Not me, but you know, all those grocery boxes, banana boxes, and they weigh 1 million pounds. And I need to brag on Hilligus. I don't know if you know the Hilligus family is our treasurer. Well, his son got volunteered by his dad when we first went over there. And he was 33 then, and he's 38. I think he thought he was only going to be there a few weeks. He's amazing. You know, he's so responsible, and he'll always be there, and he doesn't complain that much. Anyway, but we do need to give him a break probably before he turns 48. And so anyway, especially that. Anyway, yeah, he's getting older. So another huge need is that we have to get some social presence on we have a Facebook that we never put anything on. I forgot the password. You know, people moved away, and so we have all these people on it, and now we don't really do that. So Kevin has volunteered to help us. Kevin worked with us when he was a journalist for the Times-Union, and he knows our history. He was on our board. And we even got his daughter volunteering with us in the last few years. So, yeah. Well, once we get your family, we'll not let them go. And we love the community that you are aware of the kind of people we have. Because what a gem this whole organization is. And I'm not saying it because it's mine. Because, not the best thing that ever happened to us, that's for sure. But anyway, if you come, you'll love it. And if your kids want to come or relatives want to come at Christmas and deliver food or help us cook, and you'll just enjoy it. We can take elementary school kids. We've even had brownies, sandwiches for us and stuff like that. Brownie, Girl Scout ones. Okay.
So if someone wants to volunteer, what do they do? Who do they contact, and what are the days and times that people would volunteer?
Yeah, the problem is it's all mornings pretty much. And the problem is I'm not a morning person. But it's usually about 8 in the morning till about noonish, depends on different days. So Tuesdays is when we need the mussels. And that's when we get our food in. And the thing is, we don't just get it in. We also, I call it rotation. We put what can we use, and right then and there we pick out the meals for the rest of the week. So the food we get on Tuesday, we use it on Wednesday, which is really huge. If you have a restaurant, you have food to give, and you think it's going to go bad before we use it, we use it the next day. So anyway, that's on Tuesdays. We do all the rotation, and we have food that we're going to give away, like cereal, we do use cereal, but coffee, we don't use coffee, and different things like that. So we put it in boxes, what we go where, and we have fantastic organizations that need stuff that are probably less known than we are, and we give away all kind of stuff. As soon as we get it in, we just rotate it. And that's a really hard job, and that's the one you need strong persons. So although people love to cook for some strange reason, and it's a really fun job because it's a community, and that they get really close on their own days and stuff. So you can come and cook, you might not get as many opportunities, but when we get somebody, like today, we had a person cooking, and she called us like texted at like an hour, half hour before they started cooking, and it's like, it's useless, you know, but it all happened and it worked out really well. But we do need those people who we can call and say, can you come now? And delivering is really fun because you get to meet the people. And so, and that's another one, if they call and they can't deliver, it's a little bit of a panic situation. But people love, you know, whatever they love. And I'm the contact person. I can give you my number, but we will soon have active social media. Anyway, you could come to the kitchen, but it's really kind of hectic a lot. So, but yeah, the other things are like special projects. Like we have these lists that have to be done 3 times a week. If somebody wanted to do that, you can do it whenever you want to, just so it's done on the deadline. So yeah, you can tell us what you are interested in, and we'll try whatever you want to do. Right, Lisa? She has an unusual talent. She told us, and we used it, and it was great. Yes, can everybody who volunteers with us stand up, and if you could get your apron. Is that Walker? Did you hear me talking about you? Yeah. See the aprons, these were donated to us for the fundraiser that Lisa did, and we use them to take pictures, but we're not allowed to use them in the kitchen.
Okay, so we can get the volunteers. This might be a photo op, right?
I wonder if you just watch.
Yeah.
Sandy, do we have the check, or have they already given it?
Maria's got it.
Put your apron on, Cap.
Okay. Is that cool? We're going to be in the picture.
Yeah.
Re-volunteering today.
All right,
oh, awesome.
People, could you gather tighter? Your weight is spread out. It's a photo op. So if you're not in front of the screen, you're not in the picture. So some of you guys are over to the left too far. So Rosemary, all you guys get in there. You're doing a good job. It'll probably shut down. Okay, but take a picture so I can. They have no photo. You're like me.
I'm not familiar with it. It's an iPhone, right?
Yeah. Okay. I don't know if it'll stay open. Just holler.
I'll try.
Okay, 3, 2. Come on, Sharon. Perfect. 3, 2, 1.
Cheese. Merry Christmas.
Let me get someone my camera real quick.
Sandy, you're supposed to be in Atlanta. You're supposed to be in here.
That's okay. 2.
Can we take pictures, Sandy?
Sandy, you're sure.
Sandy, get in. You're the last one.
Atlanta?
And then you gotta use my phone too. I'm gonna give you my phone. All right.
the wonderful nonprofits here, and we're just so proud to be able to support you in your mission and all that you do for our seniors and citizens in Alabama. So, excuse me, we're still having a meeting here. Sorry, we haven't concluded. This is kind of a well, it's sort of different than every place. Anyway, so thank you again for coming, and we will see you in January. Have safe, happy holidays. What? She's giving me something.
January 10th.
January 10th? Yes, January 10th. But have safe and happy holidays. If you're traveling, please be safe, and we will see you next year. Okay.